Hey guys, Bryce here. We're going to take a look at how to build a graph from your lab data. And to do this, we're going to have to be careful and make sure that it all works out just the way that we want. So first off, I have a table of all the lab data here. And I'm just going to select these things by clicking and dragging over. And then to highlight a second column, I need to hold down Control and then click and drag for that one. So now I've got these two columns selected, my weight and my mass in columns B and D. And now I can insert a chart. So you go to Insert, come down to Chart, and then there we go. This is the wrong type of chart. I'd like a scatter chart. So instead I come over here to Chart Type under Data and do Scatter. So now it's got my graph set up, but I see here that it's not exactly what I want. It put the x-axis as the weight and the series or the y-axis as the mass, and I actually want those flipped. So what I'm going to do is click on the snowman and do Edit, so that my data for the x-axis will be the mass. So I'm going to highlight that, and you can see it changed. And then I want to change my y-axis to be the weight. So I'll do that, and then that will change. So now my x-axis is the mass, the series or y-axis is the weight, and you can see that the values look like they come out right for that. So now I've got this, it's all set up, and everything looks like it's on track. So I've got my numbers. Now what I want to do is take this graph and make it look nice, because there's some parts of a graph that you should always have. So I'm going to come over here to Customize and make some changes. First off, I want to go to the legend, and I actually want to get rid of that. So I'll do Position None. And then my series, I want to add a trend line to my series. So I'm going to come here in Series and just click the trend line. You can see it adds a line that all my data points, they happen to be on it because I actually manufactured this data set. Yours may not all sit right on the line, and that's totally fine. But it's a linear graph. It's got that. We're good to go. So my series is good. The big thing that I want to do is add in labels. So my chart title I want to add in, and you can really make any reasonable chart title, but I'm going to call this the Washer Lab, and so it'll do that, and I like it to be centered on my graph, so I'm going to put it there. I also want to label my horizontal axis, and I made my horizontal the mass, so I'm going to title this mass and then include in parentheses kilograms so that I know it's in kilograms. And then I'm going to do my vertical axis by labeling that as the weight, and that needs to be in newtons, so I will do that there. You can see I've got my horizontal and my vertical labeled. There's the title. The only thing left, and this is just to make it look a little nicer, I want to modify my horizontal axis so that there's a minimum value, and I want my minimum value to be 0. Because if I do that, then I've got my edge lines show up nice and clean, and you can see that I cross right through the 0, 0 point. And so that's all it takes to make a nice graph. The only thing that's left, if I want to print it, I can click on this right here and say move to its own sheet. So now I've got this graph that's nice and large, it's clear and easy to look at, and from here I'll be able to look at what I need to. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Good luck.